Excuse me, sir.
Mouse.
Right click.
Are you see the page or not?
Yes,
Abir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pranab Khan. To control your camera. Not now. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not able to hear you. Oh. Yes, I think I'm hearing your voice. But are you able to see my page or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We'll start. But I am not able to spotlight it. What's the reason? Can anybody tell me?
Click. Right click.
This one. This one I cannot. Just 1 minute will start. What happened to this one?
But do with your original mouse.
Not coming. Nothing is coming. Okay. If it is not visible, you can tell me, because I could not able to spotlight here. Okay, so we'll start. Since it is visible, no problem. Uh, Yesterday we have studied about the basic definition of the tree, where we include three things. One is the collection of vertices and edges that you find. These are the vertices basically, and these are the edges. And every tree must have a root node except the null tree. If it is a null tree, we cannot do anything. Otherwise, we have to say that this particular tree must have a single root node basically, and there should not be any cycle. Means if you can see this particular one here, you can find there is a cycle exist, but if you can see here, there will be no cycle. If you start from one point to any other point, you can find exactly one path. So based on these three things, we have defined what is a tree. Then different terminology we are going to study here. So one is the root node. The root node is a node which has no parent. Why I'm not saying about the child? Because sometimes it may happen that there is only one node present in the tree, and he himself is the root node. He has no parent, he has no child also. So that's why defining this root node is nothing but which has no parent. Then comes the leaf node. In this particular tree, the leaf nodes are the nodes which has no child, no child, no child, no child. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one are called as the leaf nodes. Who are the intermediate nodes or the internal nodes? The internal nodes are basically the nodes which has some child. So this is one internal node because it has two childs. This is one internal node which has three childs. This is one internal node, one child, and this is one internal node which has also one child exist. So based on this, we have defined three kinds of basic nodes. One is the leaf node, internal nodes, and root node. The next comes, who are the sibling? What I told the sibling about? The brothers and sisters of a single parent are sibling to each other. Means if you can consider this is a parent, who are the child of this parent? These three. So these three are sibling to each other, or these two are sibling to each other, or these two are sibling to each other. The sibling is nothing but the nodes having the common parent are sibling to each other. Now next we have studied what is the depth, height of a tree. So here we have seen, first we have seen the level of the tree. If you can look into the level of the tree, the 0th node is considered as the, root node is considered at the 0th level. Next, their child will be considered at the 1th level, and their child will be considered at the 2th level. Like this, the tree grows. Okay, so this is very simple, that root node has a 0th level, his child will be in the 1th level, and his child will be in the 2th level. In this manner it grows. Then we just stop at the height of the tree. So yesterday, so what this height of the tree basically means, just see, the height of the tree is nothing but a distance from the leaf to that node, maximum distance. The maximum distance from the leaf to that node, whatever the distance is, that is the called as the height of that particular node. Means if you can see it here, what is the height of this node? We discuss what is the height of this node. So this node has, these are the children's or grandchildren's of this node. These two are the leaf node with respect to this particular node. Then what is the height? Either I can go in this way, this is also 2, or I can go in this way, this is also 2. Let's assume that I have one more node present here. But if you can see here, the height of this node is 0, because every leaf node's height is 0. So what is this upper node? If you can go in this way, the height of this node is 1. But if you go through this leaf node, it is 2. That's why among these two, whichever is the maximum, that you have to consider. So since this is 2, and this side if you go, it is 1. So the height of this node is considered as a 2. So the basic definition of the height is from its leaf node, what is the maximum distance from the leaf node to that node will be considered as the height of that particular node. That's about this height. Then what is the depth I told? Depth you have to see from the top to bottom. Height you have to see from the bottom to top. So if you can see, this is one node, and I want to calculate what is the depth of each node. So this is considered as a 0th depth because from the top there is no dig. But below this, there will be a 1th, there will be a 2th, there will be a 3th. This is also 2th, there will be a 3th, there will be a 1th, and there will be a 2th. So it is just indirectly indicates as the level, because from here, what is the distance up to a particular node, that is the depth of that node. Means from the root, what is the distance up to a particular node is the depth of that node. So how many paths you can find from the root to any node? Only one path. That's why you don't have to think any other way. But if you can consider this height, from the height, if you want to think about what is the height of the tree, there are three possibilities. Either I can, from this leaf node I can calculate, or from this leaf node I can calculate, or from this leaf node I can calculate. Because there are many leaves belongs to this particular node. But who are the parent? The parent is only one. In this case, you are checking from the top to bottom. So the parent is only one. From this one, when you are checking what is the path from the root to that node, there will be exactly one path. And in this one path, what is the distance? 2. So that's why it is 2. So the depth will be calculated from this way, whereas the height has to be calculated from the leaf to this one. Okay. So this is the basic one, which is necessary after some time. Now the next important thing is called as what is the ancestor and what is the descendant. You know very well what is the ancestor. Ancestor means parent, grandparents are the ancestor, whereas the child, grandchild are the descendant of this. Means if you can see who is the ancestor of this one. This node's ancestor is its parent and its parent. Means if you can say that this is my node, this node's ancestor will be parent, grandparents, grandparents like this. But who is the parent? He is the parent, and his grandparent is this. There is no other parent. So the ancestor of this node is this one and this one. Who is the descendant of this? Child or grandchild are the descendant of this. If somebody lacks that, who is the descendant of this particular node? This particular node's descendant will be this one, this one, this one, this one, because all are coming under the grandchild of this particular one, child or grandchild or grandchild. So that is the basic definition. Ancestor means its parent, grandparent, grandparent like this, and descendants will be its child, grandchild like this. Then based on this ancestor and descendant, a subtree is decided. What is a basic subtree, if you can say? If you consider this is a node, then one side subtree will be this one. Means all the descendant belongs to this node can be considered as a subtree of that node. Yes, I can also say that this is also a subtree of this particular node, and this is also a subtree of this particular node because it is coming under the descendant. Means a node will be participated in the subtree of another node if that node is the descendant of this. Means unless until this node is a descendant of this node, he cannot be a subtree of that particular node. So can you say that this node is a subtree of this node? No. Why not? Because this is not a descendant of this particular node. So if any node is a descendant of another node, then that node can be participated as the subtree of that particular node. I have not clearly defined what is a subtree after some time, but just remember this. Any node's subtree is basically comes under its descendant. If anybody is not the descendant of that node, that cannot be included in the subtree of that node. Okay. So with this 5 terminology, we are going further. So most important one is the depth, height, and level. and who is the leaf node, and who is the internal node, and who is the root node. So with these 5 things, we will go for what are the different kinds of a tree we are going to study now. The most important tree for this course is called as the binary tree. Please concentrate now. What is the definition of a binary tree? Then I will draw it. The binary tree is a tree where every node has maximum 2 child. First, has maximum 2 childs, and among these 2 childs, one will be considered as left child and another one will be right child. What is the meaning? Just see, it is a tree, so all the definition of the tree has to be satisfied. Means there must be a root, there should not be any cycle, and it is a collection of nodes and edges. Yes, where every node has exactly maximum of 2 childs. Maximum of 2 childs means if I draw like this, yes, this looks like a binary tree. Why? Whether it is satisfying the definition or this. Every node, if you can consider, it has maximum 2 childs. This has 2 childs, this has 1 child, this has 2 childs, this has 1 child, this has 2 childs. It is satisfying. But with this, if you say it is an improper definition. Why? I am coming to this point. Next point. They are saying among these 2, if it has 2 childs, one will be considered as a left and one will be considered as right. Means this is considered left child, this is considered right child. This is the left child of this node, this is the right child of this node, this is the left child of this node, like this. Then why these things are added? If it is a 2, then you can say that, sir, it is left and right child. Why you are adding this extra things? Because one may do like this. Yes. From this, first definition is satisfy. Every node has 2 child, maximum 2 childs. This node has 2 childs. This node has 1 child. This node has 1 child. This node has 2 childs. But if you can see it here, you cannot define this whether it is a left child or a right child. You cannot define this whether it is a left child or right child. That's the reason they are saying whenever you define a child in binary tree, either it will be a left child or it will be a right child. If it is not either left or right child, then it cannot be considered as this. The reason behind this is that if you don't mention in this manner, representation of the tree is difficult. That's the main purpose of this. So that's why it is basically it is a binary tree. Then let's see, I want to draw a binary tree and how can you represent this binary tree in a computer terms. Let's take my binary tree is like this: A, B, S, S, Mukul.
सर
S, Mukul.
सर अगर हम उस एक साइड तो उसको
No, your voice is not clear. Once again,
तो
please.
काम करना पड़ेगा ना, या तो लेफ्ट या सर अगर एक चाइल्ड हो रहा है तो सर वो जो अमंग दिस टू चाइल्ड्स का है सर, या तो लेफ्ट बोलो या राइट बोलो।
हाँ हाँ,
तो सर कोई तो एक नाम देना पड़ेगा ना।
कोई तो एक नाम देना पड़ेगा, वो भी सही है, लेकिन there is one more difficulties comes into picture. Let's see. I am saying if it is a 15 and let's say I am maintaining a tree where the left child should be less than the 15 and the right child should be greater than the 15. Then if I can maintain this 17, then you cannot decide that whether it is a left or right. And if it is left or right, then in which side you have to connect it. That user has to be defined that in which side you have to connect. Because I cannot say that no, Since it is 17 is that the user may consider that you connect at the left, but you may think that this has to be connected only at the right hand side. So that's why they are saying that it has to be specifically mentioned that whether it is a left child and right child. Another point, it is one point. Second point is that if a child's particular side is not mentioned, then it is also called as a general tree. This is basically called as a general tree. In the general tree, there is no such restriction that whether a child will be the left child or a right child. But if you are saying it is a binary tree, it has to be mentioned that explicitly that whether it is a left or a right. That is the definition itself is included. We cannot violate it. If you are violating, we have to say that it is not a binary tree, rather it is a general tree. If this concept was not there, then you can say that your argument is fine. Since there is a provision of general tree present inside your tree structure, that's why you have to distinguish this binary tree as well as general tree with this lines also. That's why they are mentioned in this manner. Okay. Now, okay, fine. Thank you. ABC. Let's see. Very interesting. This D, E. Okay. Then let's take it as F. Yes, this is my tree. Then how can you represent it in a computer? This can be represented in two ways, either using a linked list or using an array, the same style. Yes. So how can you represent this in linked list? We'll first see. It is very easy. In this case, every node will be considered as a structured node. Then how the structure look like? This structure has three parts. One is the data part, one is the left pointer, one is the right pointer. The left pointer is pointing to the left child node and the right pointer is pointing to the right child node. If it is, then what should be our structure? Our structure node basically will be like this. The struct node, this is a left pointer pointing to what? One more node. Which is the node here? The node here is B. Which is the node here? The node here is C. Yes. Then what he is keeping? Let's take the address of this node is 10. This is 25. This is 30. Then what it keeps? You can say this node's address is kept here. So 10 is kept here. And this node's address is kept here. That is 25 is kept here. Means you can say that this is keeping the left child node's address and this is keeping the right child node's address and this is my data. Then how many parts? Three parts. This is a pointer, this is a pointer. This pointer should be which type? The same type, same node type, because this is also a same title of node. This pointer should be which type? The same style of node. That's what you can say. We can say it is a structure node star left, int data or a character data, that's your choice. Then structure node star right and close it. I hope you understood. No need to explain more. Okay, this has three parts. One is the left pointer, right pointer and data pointer. It is not necessary to write in this sequence. You can first write data then left, right. Since I draw this figure in this manner, I feel like this. First parameter is the left pointer, next parameter is my data and next parameter is my right pointer. Okay, then how it is mentioned? This is this. Then C is now coming here. This E is coming here. This is our D and this is coming here. So this is the ref. And what are the things comes? Let's take it is 25. This is 35. This is 40. This is 45. Then how it is represented? Who are the leaf nodes? F, E, and B are the leaf nodes. If you can see, F, E, and B are the leaf nodes. Then what will happen? He is null. He is null. He is null, he is null, he is null, he is null, he is null. And what is kept here? This 45 is kept here. This 45 is kept here. This 35 is kept here. This 40 is kept here. That's all, I think. And who is keeping the root node? This is maintained by a pointer called as root. And root keeps. Very simple. Yes. So this whole binary tree can be represented in this particular manner, where the leaf nodes left and right pointers are null. This is a node. Its left node is left child is there, whereas right child is not there. That's why it is null. This has no left and right child. That's why this is null. This is null. This has no left and right child. That's why it is this is null. So in this basis, this tree representation with linked list expressed. We'll write down the whole program. Don't worry. After 1 or 2 classes, only we'll study the theory for the 2 classes. But interesting theory. This is one. Is it clear for everybody? So that I can go to the next. It is very simple. Each one is one node. One node has 3 parts. One part is pointing to the left pointer. Another part is pointing to the right pointer. And I am just keeping the address of each one here so that you can explicitly understood from this. Now come back to how to represent the same thing in a array format. This is also another interesting. I'll draw it. You just tell me what is happening here. A, B, then C, then D, then E, then F, then G. Okay, everybody can draw this in a left and right using the linked list. I am drawing this, representing this using an array. So how can you see this thing? Just see, this is my array. How I draw this? A, B, then C, then blank, then F, then D, then E, then I hope blank, then I hope blank, then I hope blank, then I hope blank, then G. Can anybody guess and tell me this? What I did it? Yes. So if you can see like this is one 0th level. These two are in the 1th level. Then how many nodes has to be present in the 2th level? Can you please tell me? How many nodes will be maximum present in the 2th level?
4 nodes.
4. Yes, very nice. Because each one will be contribute 2. And how many nodes will be present in the 3th level? 8 nodes. Means how it is decided? If it is a 0th level, it is 2 to the power 0, 1 node. If it is a 1th level, it is 2 to the power 1, 2 nodes. If it is a 2th level, 2 to the power 2, 4 nodes. Why it is 8 nodes? Because all the 4 nodes of this level will be contribute 2 to each. Then what will happen? It will be indirectly 2 to the power 2 into 2, which is nothing but a 2 to the power 3 and 8. So every level of this particular tree will be maximum number of node will be 2 to the power L. So the every level, the maximum number of node will be 2 to the power L basically. So that's why how many nodes will be present here? 2 nodes. 2 nodes are exactly there. How many levels? 1 node there, 2 nodes there. Then you think, in this case, which is not present? This is not present. That's why I make it empty. Empty, then F, D, E. Okay? Means this is the 3rd level. Means 2th level. Then what is the next one? Since it is not present, it's this also not present. Since it is not present, this also not present. Then this is present. Then what is coming? A, B, C, blank, F, D, E, blank, 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 G. You can argue, sir, why you have not put like this? They are saying, since after the G, no other element are present, so no need to specify these things here. So that is the only representation of a tree using an array. Understood now? The binary tree using an array. What to do? If any binary tree is given, you just draw the each levels, each node, then accordingly you can prepare it. If somebody may say like this, if it is a tree, so that you can understand once again, A, then it is B, then it is C, then it is D, then it is E, then it is F. Okay. E, then this one will be F. Can you tell me here what is going to happen? So if you can see like this, so how many nodes has to be present? 1 node. How many nodes has to be present? 2 nodes. How many nodes has to be present? 4 nodes. How many nodes? We don't care because last part is a different case. So first A is coming, then BD, then C, then this is empty, then empty, then this is empty, then this is empty, then E, then this is empty, then F. Is it okay for you? I hope you have understood. So each levels you traverse from the left to right, including the blank nodes. So the blank nodes are specified at the blank space and the rest will be specified as it is up to the last level's last node. After this, I am not defining this, I am not defining this, I am not defining this, because after this no node are present. If there is a one more node here present, then we have to also consider this. Otherwise, you don't have to consider. So this is the basic way to represent this particular thing. Okay, is it okay? How to represent it in a linked list and how to represent this? Then what is the advantage and disadvantage? The linked list will be quite easier to represent a binary tree rather than using an array. What is the difference with the array's difficulties? The array's difficulties is that this blank space has to be maintained properly. What is the maintained properly case? Why I am saying? Since you are saying it is a blank space, but it is a garbage value or not? This garbage value one may consider as a P or K or anything. Then how can you distinguish that this is a blank space or this is a garbage space? That's why in every scenario of the binary tree, the array representation may not be suitable. Are you understanding my point? Even if I am keeping a blank space, but as for the array is concerned, this is not a blank space. Rather, it has a value, garbage value. Even if you are not keeping anything, it is a garbage value. If you are keeping some garbage value here, this one may consider it is a node. Even if you think that it is a garbage value, but somebody may think that it is a node. So if he feels that it is a node, then the problem comes into picture or not. So that's why they are saying in every scenario, this particular things may not be implemented in an array. But in which case necessary, next topic. But this linked list can be preferable at every scenario because we are only considering the nodes which are basically present. If it is not present, we are not at all considering this. But what is the some disadvantage is that the disadvantage of this is that every node again occupy two extra spaces like your double linked list, because we have to remember who is the left pointer, who is the right pointer. Whereas in this scenario, if it is properly maintained, then no need for keeping a extra memory space in that scenario. So that is the importance of this array representation for an tree and linked list representation for an binary tree, not tree, normal tree. Okay, then we will study what are the different basic kind of trees are present. So one kind of a tree is called as a almost complete binary tree. Almost complete binary tree. Just try to see here. You can see the importance of this array representation. You see how I have done. This is 1, 2, 3, 9, 6, and 4. Yes. If I've done like this, then what is happening? How many levels are present? 0th level, 1th level, 2th level. What is saying? If you represent this tree in an array, is there any blank space coming into picture? In this scenario, just check. In this particular case, if I represent this, is there any blank space coming into picture? No.
No.
No. No. Since there is no
No,
blank
sir.
space, since there is no blank space present in the array representation of the tree, that's why it is called as almost complete. Very simple. What I told, if any tree, if any binary tree is represented in an array and there is no blank element present during the representation or in an array, then this is almost complete binary tree. But how it looks like? This is not looks like a proper definition for understandable purpose. But if you can see it here, if a tree should be called as a almost complete binary tree, if all the levels except the last level will be fully filled up, except the last level every upper level will be fully filled up. This level wants one node filled. This level wants two nodes filled. But the last levels, all the nodes must be filled up from the left to right. May not be necessary that all the nodes will be filled up, but whatever the nodes are present in the last level, it must be filled from the left to right. But if somebody will draw like this, 1, 2, 3, then 4, then 9. This is not. Why? Because this level is filled up, this level is filled up, but in this level, if you can see, from the left to right, all are not filled up. This is left, because this is not present. If it is present, obviously it is a almost complete binary. Since it is not present, when you represent an array, after 4, there is one blank element comes into picture or not. So that's why they have simply given the definition that in case of almost complete binary tree, every level of the tree except the last level will be fully filled up, and only the last level, if some nodes are present in the last level, it must be filled from the left to right. There should not be blank in between this. Then only you can say that it is almost complete binary tree. Then in this scenario, it is better to prefer a array representation rather than a linked list. Why? Because if you represent these things in an array, hardly how many elements required? 3 plus 3, 6 elements. With this 6 element, it will be suffice. But think, if the same thing will be implemented using an array, 6 nodes means 6 into 3, 18 elements is required for representing this using a linked list, which is not necessary because it is very easy to represent this kind of node in an array. That's why the array representation is preferable in certain scenario, whereas every scenario it may not be necessary like this. If there is a blank space is taking into consideration, then this array representation may not be suitable. If the blank space is not taken into consideration in certain kind of tree like almost complete binary tree, then it will be preferable to represent it. And we have discussed one kind of tree that is called as a heap tree. And your heap tree is basically a almost complete binary tree. So from this, you can understand that this tree has a certain importance, because many important trees like heap tree, they are also following this kind of standard. That's why they are saying the heap tree never implemented using a linked list, rather using an array. So whenever we will study this heap tree during the heap sort, we will study first how to represent this heap tree using an array, then how to make an operation on the top of this. So this is basically called as the almost complete binary tree. Then one more tree is called as the complete binary tree. Yes, complete binary tree. Then we'll go to interesting part next. Okay, what is the complete binary tree? Say that they are saying every level of the tree must be fully filled up. Means you can say here 4, 9, 6, 2. Means every level of the tree must have maximum number of nodes. That is the definition of almost complete. Every level of the tree must have maximum number of nodes. Okay, you can see what is this maximum number of present in the 0th level? 1 node it is present. This is 2 nodes present. This is 4 nodes present. If one of the node is not present also, cannot be a almost complete binary tree. Complete binary tree means every level will be exactly filled up. Can you tell me what is the height of this tree? Quick. What is the height of this tree? The height of the tree, yes, the height of the tree is basically the height of the root node. That is 2. Can you tell me if a complete binary tree's height is 2, h is 2, what is the total number of nodes are present? Quick. What is the formula?
2 to the power
Anybody?
0 plus 2 to the power 1
height
plus
to the
plus
power
1
2 plus
minus 1.
2 to the power
0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the
Height
power
plus 1
2.
minus 1.
s. That is 2 to the power h plus 1
from 0
minus 1. Is it okay? If you can see it here, how many nodes are present? 7 nodes. Yes or no? This is h is 2 means 7. How to get a 7 from the h2? 2 to the power 3 minus 1. Let's take one more level present. Let's assume. Yes, then total is what? 15. Yes or no? Because this is a 7 plus this is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. So what is the height here? Height is 3. Then how to get a 15 from the height 3? 2 to the power 3 plus 1 minus 1. Is it okay for you? So if height is given as a 3, then 2 to the power 4 minus 1, the total number of nodes present in this particular tree is 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1. Yes, so that is basically the max. Yes.
सर अगर वहाँ पे फोर्थ नोड नहीं होता तो वो
ये
ऑलमोस्ट
नहीं होता.
हाँ नहीं मतलब फोर्थ वाला जो नोड है फोर्थ नंबर जो
हाँ,
node,
फोर्थ नोड नहीं होगा.
तो अगर
नोड नहीं होता. हाँ,
वो ऑलमोस्ट फिल्ड होता क्या मतलब कि
नहीं
ऑलमोस्ट
नहीं
कंप्लीट
होगा, नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, नहीं हो पाएगा. देखिए ना, देखिए 1 2 3. I told that it has to be filled from left to right, not from the right to left. 9 6 2. Okay, so you are always writing in this side. 1 first, then 2, then 3, then here blank, then blank. 9 blank aa gaya to it is not. Are you getting it? Yes, you have to
Yes,
fill
sir.
from this right to left. So this is not. Can you now tell me, this you have understood a little bit, can you tell me, can every complete binary tree is almost complete binary tree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 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 sir. Yes, or no? And this is yes, sir. This is because every node is filled up, guaranteed it will be represented in a tree without any blank. But every almost complete binary tree cannot be a complete binary tree. The reverse is not applicable, whereas every complete binary tree will be a almost complete binary tree. Okay, this too, please remember. It will be very, very useful, and they will ask you in a different manner. Suppose somebody will say that in a almost complete binary tree. Yes, listen carefully. In a almost complete binary tree with a height h, what will be the minimum number of nodes and what will be the maximum number of nodes? Are you getting my point? What I'm asking? I'm asking that there is a almost complete binary tree with height h. H is the height. Okay. Then what is the minimum number of nodes present in that tree, or what is the maximum number of nodes present in that tree?
Minimum is 2 to the power h, maximum is 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1.
Somebody is saying 2
Minimum
to
2
the
to the power h.
minimum 2 to the power h. Okay. Minimum is saying 2 to the power h and maximum is
2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1.
Is it okay?
सर मिनिमम h होगा.
h कैसे होगा? h नहीं होगा. क्या बोल रहे हो?
2 to the power h.
2 to the power h बोलिए ना. मिनिमम h मिनिमम मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूँ हाइट h का, हाइट h का मिनिमम. h हाइट लेके मिनिमम लेके.
अच्छा समझ गया.
Okay, so what he has told, again I'm explaining, the with a height h almost complete binary tree. Like this only they will ask the question. Okay, so height h means let's take height will be 3. So what is the possible cases? Height is this. Okay, this is 2 height. If 1 will be added, then it will be a 3 height. Then only it will be a minimum complete, almost complete binary tree. If here it is there, here it is not there, then also it is not. So in this scenario, what is the height of this tree? Height is 3. In this height 3, how many nodes are present? This is 7 packed plus 1, 8. 8 means what? 2 to the power h. Okay, and what is the maximum? The maximum will be if this level will be fully filled up. Yes or no? This level will be fully filled up. You can say that, sir, one more it will add it. If you one more add it, then height will be increased. But our height is 3. Height is 3 means this level will be fully filled up. If it is fully filled up, it is called as what? complete binary tree. Then what is the complete binary tree's maximum number of nodes, total number of nodes? We have already told 2 to the power h. So that's why the minimum is this and maximum is this. Yes, somebody will say that. What is the minimum number of nodes present in a complete binary tree of height h and maximum number of nodes present in a complete binary tree of height h? Don't tell, don't think.
Same
What is
hoga.
the same? Okay, this is same only because exactly it has to be matched that every level must have maximum number of nodes. So with this, we have just studied these two kinds of a tree. One is called as the almost complete binary tree, and one is the complete binary tree. But see, in some books, they have given this name as a complete binary tree. And this they have given a name as a fully complete binary tree. Yes, please don't confuse by reading the book. They have used the different kinds of terminology, but you have to be sure that you know that either it will be almost complete, or it will be complete and fully complete. So don't be confused with the terminology. You have to first study the book, what they have actually told, what do you mean by complete binary tree. Accordingly, you can answer the questions in that particular books. Okay, please remember this. Then one more interesting type of tree is called as a two-way binary tree. Yes, what is a two-way binary tree? They're saying every node has either two child or zero child. Means how it looks like. Just see, if I'm drawing this, drawing this, drawing this, drawing this, drawing this. Is it a two-way binary tree? If you can see, this node has two childs, this node has two childs, this node has two childs. Means either it will be zero child or it will be two childs. That cannot be one child. Means if I'll do like this, let's see, this is, then this cannot be. Why? Because this is satisfying. This is satisfying because this has two childs, this has two childs, but this has only one child. So it cannot be a two-way binary tree. The two-way binary tree is a binary tree where every node must have either two childs or zero childs. So this will be two childs, this will be two childs, this will be two childs. In this manner, this will get created. So this is overall picture of a different types of a binary tree and how to represent the binary tree using array and linked list. Now we'll study if a binary tree is given, how can you traverse the binary tree? Then comes the traversal of the binary tree. The traversal of binary tree. Yes. What is that traversal? Traversal means the traversal of a linked list. What is that? PTR equal to head, PTR equal to PTR next, and PTR not equal to null. Up to this, up to last, you traverse it. Whichever node is coming, you just display it. The same thing. If a tree is given like this, let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's assume that this is a tree. This is a binary tree. Yes. In this binary tree, how can you traverse this? What is the order of traversal? Because order of traversal is not so easy. Because somebody will say that first I'll traverse 1, then I'll traverse 2, then I'll traverse 3, then I'll traverse 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. Somebody will, why you are doing like this? No, don't do like this. 1, then 2, 4, then 3, 5, 6, then 7. So there is no specific order. At least in a linked list, we know that if it is a linked list, either we have to move forward traverse or have to make backward traverse. But here, since there is a two option to move, there will be many possibility comes into picture. So that's the reason they have decided that the traversal of the tree can be done in 3 ways. One is called as the in-order traversal. One is called as the post-order traversal. One is called as the pre-order traversal. Very simple, this one, because you know already. How I remember this? In-order means it looks like A plus B. Post-order means I feel like A B plus. Pre-order means we look like a plus A. We have already studied in the infix, prefix, postfix. Yeah, na? So what is saying here? The inner traversal means left, root, and right. So what I'm feeling? A means left, B means right, root means operator. Similarly, you can quickly tell what is this. That is left, right, and root. And what is this? Root, left, and right. Yes. So he is simply saying that in case of inner traversal, you have to first traverse left, then you traverse the root, then you traverse right. What does it mean? It means that if it is my tree, this is called as the root. Who is the left subtree? The left subtree is this one. Who is the right subtree? The right subtree is this one. He is saying that in case of inner traversal, first you traverse the whole left subtree, then you traverse the root, then you traverse the whole right subtree. How? Just a minute. Okay. What the post order says that first you traverse the left subtree, then you traverse the right subtree, then you traverse the root. Yes. Similarly here, in this case pre-order, first you traverse root, then you traverse left, then you traverse right. Means in this scenario, you can say, in case of a post-order traversal, the last node traversal to be root. In case of pre-order traversal, the last node traversal should be, first node traversal to be 1. Means by seeing this, you can see that if my root node is present at the end of a particular tree, we can guess like this, it will be a post-order kind of traversal. If it is present at the very beginning, then it will feels like a pre-order traversal. But all scenario we cannot tell like this. Why? We'll know after some time. But is it rememberable? It is nothing is that. You know A plus B, AB plus AB. I feel it is root. I feel it is left. I feel it is right. That's all. Okay. So let's do a traversal for this inner traversal first. Okay. How I'm doing? Very simple. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. And this will be 8. Let's say this is a 10. Okay. I want to make a in-order traversal. How I am doing, just see. So what is the in-order says? In-order says that A plus B. A plus B means what? First you traverse left, then you traverse root, then you traverse right. Yes, then you traverse right. Then how it is happening? Just see. Who is the left one for this? This one. Who is the right one? This one. Who is the root one? This one. Then first you traverse left. Means what comes? 2, 4, 5. What is the next root? Who is the root? 1. Who is the right? 3, 7, 6, 8. Then the first part is done. Now you think this is also a tree. In this tree, the same rule we apply. So what you have to do? Left to right. What is the left? Nothing. What is the root? 2. What is the right? 4, 5. If you are not getting, please ask. Huh? Then 1 is as it is. Because only one node is present, no need to think anything. Then in this case, see. What is, again you apply the same rule. Because you are doing the inner order. Every situation you have to follow the same rule. That is left, root, right. So what is left? That 7, 8 is my left subtree. Root is my 3. And the right subtree is 6. Now come on once again. 2 is as it is 2. Because one node. Then this is a tree. In this tree, what you have to do? Left, root, right. Who is left? 5. Who is root? 4. Done. Then 1 as it is. Then this is also a tree. What to do? Left, nothing. Root, 7. Right, 8. Then 3, then 6. Then finish. Means we have to traverse this tree in order traversal in this manner. What is that? First 2, then 5, then 4, then 1, then something comes as a 7, then 8, then 3, then 6. And if you can look into it, any subtree you choose, because subtree is basically a connected tree, but it may be a whole tree or it may be a part of the tree. So when I'm taking this connected tree, if you can just consider this much, let's take. I'm considering this part. is it satisfying the in order or not? Means every part of the tree should satisfy the in order traversal. If you can see it here, in this tree, first 7, 8 guaranteed display, then the 3, 6 comes. See, 7, 8 will be guaranteed before 3, otherwise it is not following it. So it is indirectly you can say that it is coming as a recursive manner. Means if I say that you please traverse this in a left to right, you are saying you please make a in order traversal. You please display it, and you please make a in order traversal. Just wait for some time. How it looks like a recursion. You can just see like this. If you can see here also, see, I divided into 3 parts. Again, apply the same in order here. Again, apply the same in order here. Again, it will be distributed to this. Again, I apply the in order here, in order here. Means at every step when you are going down, you are calling the same in order function. Means indirectly, it is going in an in order manner. Can you just calculate so that we will stop? You calculate without my view, post and pre. I hope you can draw like this and do it, then I close. First, you calculate the post order traversal. I'll give you a hint first. The post order traversal, what is saying? Post means AB plus. AB plus means what? Left, root, left, right, root. Left, right. I hope you are understanding. Root. So what is my left part? This. So first I'll draw like this. 2, 4, 5. What is my right part? This whole thing. 3, 7, 8, 6. What is my root part? I hope next you should do it. Please do this. Everybody do this. Do this and apply the pre-order also. Then I'll both help.
हो गया सर.
Okay, na? Very nice. Everybody is done. Just I'll wait for 1 minute so that others will do it also. Same apply this. So what is? Who is the root? He is the root. Who is the left? Nothing. Who is the right? This fellow. Who is the root? This. Then how can you divide into left, right, root? Left is blank, nothing. Right is 4, 5. So I'll make 4, 5. And root is 2. Is it okay? For this part, I am dividing this much. Is it okay? Because left is nothing. We have to traverse left, right, root. Left is nothing. Right is this, and root is this. Similarly, think this is a tree. In this tree, how can you divide again? Left. Who is the left? This. So 7, 8 is my left. Right is 6. Root is 3. Then 1, 1. Because one node you cannot do anything. Now again, just draw like this. So 4, 5. First you make it. In the 4, 5, what will happen? Left. Who is left? 5. Who is right? Nothing. Who is root? 4. Then 2 as it is. Similarly here, who is left? Nothing. Who is right? 8. Who is root? 7. Then 6 as it is, 3 as it is, 1 as it is. Finish. So this is my post-order traversal. So if you can see now, the 1 is at the end because root is at the end. Similarly, if you apply the pre-order, what the pre says that first root, then left, and then right. Yes, very interesting, simple, but very powerful, because the whole database, whatever you are studying, the database like Oracle or Bagara database, when it is actually fetching, the data has to be fetched and do like this, they have to store in a tree format. So that's why knowing tree, without knowing tree, performing the database is meaningless. So how can you maintain root, left, right, pre? So root is 1, I'll make it. Right is, left is this much. So 2, 4, 5, and right is 3, 7, 8, and 6. Okay, again we'll do it. 1 is 1 as it is. Then here, root is 2, left is nothing, right is whole thing, 4, 5, 4, 5. Again, coming here, this is 3, 7, 8, 6. Who is the root? 3. Who is the left? 7 and 8. Who is the right? 6. Then again, 1 is 1, 2 is 2. In this tree, in this subtree, what is root left, right? Root is 4, left is 5, right is nothing. Then 3, 3 as it is. Then root is 7, left is nothing, right is 8, and 6. Finish. I hope you can able to do this without my help. Yes, next class we'll study. Now it is 8 9 2. Next class we'll study how directly you can say. Because if it is a big tree, do you think that you have to take a 1 page for saying this much? No. So next class we'll study how quickly you can do it. I hope for today you understood. Yes, yesterday what happened that data gets over. I thought that 17 GB was there. Actually, it is a 17th October is the deadline date. I thought 17 GB was there. That I have not checked. Sorry, I wasted your 15 minutes time. It's understood, clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Fine.
Yes.
So today you just Yes, anything you are telling?
Thank you, sir. सर चले गए.
सर आए हैं.
Welcome
Hello.
back.
हेलो
Yes,
सर.
sir.
Ah,
Hello, sir.
something has happened because time to time it is stopping. Okay, today I'll check it. So this I'll upload this kind of sheets so that you can practice by seeing from your book that how to traverse this in order, pre-order, post-order. Next class will do some interesting thing related to this.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I was marked absent yesterday.
Yesterday you are not absent.
No, sir.
I put absent.
Yes, sir. I gave attendance at the last around 9:55. Sorry, 9:50, 5:55.
Tell me what is your roll number. I'll put it. Don't worry,
Sir,
please.
426.
426. I'll put it today. Okay, don't worry. I'll put it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'm closing this. Okay.
सर 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 सर
हाँ बोलिए.
सर ये वीडियो थोड़ा अपलोड कर दीजिएगा.
वीडियो कल भेजा हूँ. कल का वीडियो तो भेजा था लिंक.
हाँ कल का वीडियो सर भेजा है, मतलब ये वाला.
ये भी मिलेगा आज. मिलेगा आपको.
ओके सर. थैंक यू सर. हाँ सर.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू सर.
sir.